You're back with us for the Karaka 2021 preview show, and we get straight off to find out what the vendors think about their drafts and also highlight lots.
We've got a draft of 40, which is probably a fewer numbers than we would ordinarily take to Karaka, but we decided with the question mark over how the sale was going to proceed to really filter our draft down to that number, which was a manageable number for us.
Oh look, we'll end up at about 30 this year. We started off with a few more than that, but of course there's always a little attrition, but look, 30 odd horses that we're really proud of.
44 yearlings, Emily, 24 in book 1 and 20 in book 2.
We started off with I think about 94 or 95, and I think we'll end up with a few little withdrawals for various reasons coming out, so we're probably going to aim about 87, 88 horses going through.
This year we're slightly back on numbers. We've got 30 in total, or 31 in total, mainly because for staff reasons we couldn't get any overseas staff, and so we just made a decision before the sales just to bring the numbers back a bit, but it's still keeping us busy.
Taking a draft of 24, which is smaller than previous years. But that's not to say it's lacking quality. I think we've got a really lovely lineup of fillies.
We've got a draft of 48 this year, which is pretty much in line with what we've had the last couple of years, so another big draft for this year.
Very diverse draft this year. We've got some 18 stallions, a lot of first season size, Russian Revolution, Churchill, Impending. So it really adds flavour to our draft, and probably the one thing this year is the quality of the charm spirits we have. They're outstanding, and it's his third year of yearling, so we've just learned how to make them better, and it's amazing the horses we've got in our draft by him.
Probably the proven sire sort of fact, obviously Savabeel and Ocean Park, and then followed on by that even the Sacred Falls, and then really excited about the Tavachis in amongst the draft as well.
Ooh, always hard to single out individual horses, but probably if I'm going filly wise, lot 27, the Ifrage filly out of Patrimonium from an international family, lovely big scopy filly. Delighted with the way she's handled, perhaps she's handled it really easily. Lot 70, the Merchant Navy filly out of Rena Bettina, the first foal of a reliable man, daughter, half-sister to Valpolicella, and obviously our Haunui Foundation family, so it's about the 8th generation. 244, the Ocean Park out of Annie Higgins, vending for a long time, Haunui client, breeder of Melody Bell, Mrs Marie Lester. Annie Higgins was a great mare, won the Counties Cup, Waikato Cup, and by Ocean Park. So, and then probably 527, the Al Mansour, first crop stallion, grandson of Ifrage. And out of Marquesa, left a really exciting horse in Hong Kong, winning Dreamer, and tails back to the 8 Carat family.
I don't think we've got a real standout, but we've got a lot of nice horses, and I guess that feedback is what we've received in the parades leading into Karaka this week, and they just a lot of people have said you've got some really nice horses and a good overall draft, so it's going to be a different year. I guess we've got some, very much a strong representation of our own stallions and Reliable Man and Redwood, Swiss Ace, El Rocker and Tarzina and Talperian, but we've also got a nice complement of the likes of Deepfield, Dundee, So You Think, and enough to sort of bring a bit of international flavour to the draft as well.
We've got a lot of highlights this year, got a lovely draft of horses. I'm beginning to think I wish I had a whole lot of Poisers and Shockings the way they're going, but no, we've got a lovely line of Satona Aladdins to present to the market, which we're really excited about. Of course, we've got Vatimos' second crop coming through, and from the experts are saying they're just as nice as his first crop, which was so well received. And of course, as I say, Shocking and Poiser have just had a tremendous run lately, so yeah, we're going into the sale feeling pretty good about things.
Oh look, I think we've got an exceptional Perencanto filly out of the mare On Your Feet. She's by Snitzel. The pedigree is really firing up at the moment with Mighty Feet in Australia and Faithful Feet. I'm really excited about her. She's got a page. But she's a very physical filly. Perencanto, he's been flying, hasn't he? He's been having a wonderful trot. He's leading the premiership here in New Zealand for a number of winners. He's leading the Hong Kong premiership for wins and individual winners. You know, he's had, what, 2 race meetings up there in the space of 2 weeks, where he had 3 winners on the card. Look, he's flying. Australia, he's going really well. He's got some exciting horses.
I'd say generally speaking, just probably the spread of stallions we have. Obviously, Tavistock's a huge part of our draft, like he always is, and he's had a great year. Almanzor's first crop, which we're obviously very excited about, but I think if you go through the list of stallions, you know, most of the best stallions in Australasia are there. Snitzel, I'm Invincible, Zavabeel, Dundeel, So You Think, Lonro, Zoostar, they're all there. So it's a really high quality group of stallions, and I think something that should appeal to just about everybody.
Great to hear from the vendors about the quality that they have on offer, some pretty exciting times. And Danny, you've been out and about, you've met some of these horses, and it really seems like there's so much depth.
We get a really good look at these horses as early as August, and what we saw this year is that we've had a particularly kind season, and that really gives New Zealand a real environmental advantage that we do talk about, and it's very real, and that translates into x-ray reports, veterinary findings, and eventually results on the track. So I've got no doubt this year is a special year for sound horses that New Zealand are famous for producing.
And Michael, from a pedigree perspective, we spoke about obviously the size. We're so lucky, aren't we? We've got some great families with so much depth.
And in the last couple of years, when that domestic buyers bench has been quite strong, through an array of people, obviously the big studs buying horses, we've been able to retain some of these fillies, which is really important. But what we've also seen is some of the stallions who have upgraded themselves in the last 12 months have been quite dramatic. There's a couple of obvious ones. Ocean Park has had a massive year in Australia. Prasia has had 2 very, very good horses performing at high levels, and he had his first winner in Hong Kong. And then we've had other stallions coming through like Sacred Fools, who sadly we don't have anymore. But the way his horses have performed, they're horses who now, if someone said to you, a trainer, I've got a horse here to look at, it's by Prasia, it's by Sacred Fools, it's instantly a yes. I'm interested in owning one of those horses because I also know there's secondary markets for them. I think that's really important, the upgrade of that domestic stallion bunch.
Let's have a little look at some of the Group 1 winning NZB graduates. And Danny, as we look through that list, Avantage, Aegon, Coolsign, Mav, Golden 60, Johnny Get Angry, who took out that Victorian Derby, and also Karma Lass, who was successful in the Group 1 1000 guineas. There's an incredible list of names. What's been your highlight?
Look, I've gone with Avantage this year. She was a pre-Christmas 2-year-old. She had 6 runs at 2, including winning the Karaka Million. Then in the last 12 months, she's won the Group 1 Telegraph over 1200 metres, won a weight for age Group 1 at a mile, and then she's won the Group 1 Zabeel Classic over 2000 metres, and had the audacity to come back and win our Premier Sprint, the Group 1 Railway, over 1200 again. I think that's a huge testament to the sort of horses we have in New Zealand, and obviously Jamie Richards and David Ellis.
And Michael, what about for you? What's your highlight?
I think probably winning the Epsom M. I mean, it's a glamour race. It's at Randwick. They breed horses to be able to win races like that. She was too good for them. She won a 2-year-old, so her Group 1 win at that level in Australia, which is the second of her Group 1s, legitimises the Karaka Million again. People go, hey, this isn't a sales race. This is a race through Melody Bell and her Avantage, as Danny mentioned, who produces really good horses. And I think she's a really realistic chance in a race like the All-Star Mile. So she's the one horse we have in this country who we know is good enough to beat almost any horse in Australia.
I went with Inspirational Girl, who of course was successful in Perth, purchased from Jameson Park, and she just did a marvellous job winning, and good to see us getting an international winner like that. It brings those buyers back to New Zealand. Of course, Perth has such a big market. Great to see them getting success with Inspirational Girl. They're our highlights, but what about the vendors' highlights? Let's find out from them.
The obvious one's probably the most timely one, which was Trilly Rose won the Bagot Handicap at Flemington by 7 lengths.
Charlie Rose, 3 lengths. Miyagi, Reflect the Stars, Sender Win and St Eustace back in 5th, but Charlie Rose went for home. 200 metres to go. 4, 5 lengths. Sender Win, Miyagi, Reflect the Stars, St Eustace, but Charlie Rose is going to bolt in. Charlie Rose is 6 lengths in front and wins the Bagot easily. Ease down Charlie Rose.
The thing with her is she's a by Tavistock out of a Zabeel mare, so she's really the true Cambridge stud product, and she cost 50,000. She's already won 250,000, and the way she won, she's probably going to win a lot more than that. So just, I guess, reinforces the what's on offer every year at Karaka. Really, there's some great value buying. You can buy reasonably priced horses and they'll go and win anywhere, and particularly maybe this year it might be more so than ever.
I would have to go back to Probabeel. She's obviously what she's achieved, we're extremely proud of.
Probabeel takes the lead from her old sparring partner Funstar, and Probabeel will beat Funstar.
Oh, that one's a pretty clear-cut one, I guess, and last year for the first time we topped the sale at Karaka with a $900,000 yearling, the colt by Piero out of our squeezer.
At 900,000 I'm going to sell him. At 900,000 and I sell him here. At 900,000 you got 50 more. If you want him you better bid up, but I'm going to sell. I sell for the one of 50 for 900,000. Gary Carville, you beat off a lot of people. Good luck to you, 900,000. Thank you, underbidders, of which there are a host.
We've got the half-brother this year to offer by So You Think, so I don't think he's going to make anywhere near that sort of money, but I guess going into Karaka last year, I didn't think the Piero was going to make anything like that either, so he's been our highlight, but we had the highest price filly at the Ready to Run sale in November, Reliable Man filly, so yeah, look, we've had some nice rewards in the sale ring in the recent times, and no doubt both through Karaka and New Zealand breds, they continue to punch well above their weight.
Oh, it's probably hard not to go past, you know, Melody Bell. I mean, she won the Empire Rose, you know, second in the McKinnon. But, you know, like, we've had, you know, graduates like Crosshaven and Showmanship, you know, and added that into the spring in Melbourne.
Azar and Crosshaven. Crosshaven kicks and wins. Felicia at the 100, but here's Showmanship over the top. Win number 7, and it's a beauty. Hands and heels, Showmanship won.
That was pretty exciting. You know, Showmanship, you know, was a horse that won 7 out of 8, and unfortunately he went and miss, but he had all before him. So, but that's racing, that's what it's like, and you know, we've been lucky to have some exciting horses in the last 6 months.
Probably last year's Wellington Cup, I mean, Solstify and the Good Fight were both graduates of our previous drafts. Solstify by Shocking and the Good Fight by High Chaparral out of Pravda, actually, who's been a resident mare here for a long time, one of her last foals, so that was really exciting.
Solstify's in front, and Solstify wins the cup.
One of the highlights for us has been the performances of Play That Song, who was a group-winning 2-year-old that went on and ran really well in the Karaka Millions. And over the years, that's been a pattern. We've tended to have some very good 2-year-olds come out of the draft, but also some cracking older horses, like a graduate was of our draft has been Call Sign Mav, currently you know, Group 1 winner who ran really well at Awapuni on Saturday.